Q95, it's Gunner. Wanted to take a moment to share with you a conversation. Our friend Bob Kevoian has passed away, and Tom and I were on the air this past Friday night.
Ordinarily, I'm not on at 10 o'clock at night, but I'm here because I have some very sad news. Bob died this afternoon. I was over at his house just afternoon today, and he had taken a turn yesterday evening. Bob and I were together 2 Saturdays ago for 3 hours going over the old days, talking about a bunch of stuff. And he was actually talking yesterday about going to Disney World.
Wow.
But he'd been dealing with his cancer for several years now, and he had some good moments, but also some very serious, difficult times. But the bright spot is Bob was at his home, which he loved. He had a wonderful house, and he was there with Becky and his 3 sons, and Jimmy Mad Dog Matus, and his friend Whit.
Awesome.
And Bob's massive extended family. And this afternoon, he took his last breath. What is absolutely amazing, it almost, dare I say, cinematic. Bob's favorite band, of course, was the Beatles.
Right.
And his favorite Beatles album was Abbey Road, and everyone was gathered around singing Golden Slumbers, the last song on side 2 of Abbey Road. And that's when it ended. Bob took his last breath.
Wow. And we're going to have that Golden Slumbers here in just a moment. You guys were roommates at one time up in Michigan.
Yeah. I met Bob in 1980.
Wow.
And he was working at a radio station up there, and I had just left a radio station in Florida, and I went to see the Jay Giles Band, and on my way back I stopped at the Bar Harbor.
Oh, I've been there.
And it's still there. And Bob, I didn't know Bob, but there was this guy with an L.A. Dodger cap and wild hair bartending. And I heard Bob say something like, hey, did they fix the cart machine to some guy? Well, that's a radio thing.
Sure.
That was a radio thing in the steam age, by the way. That's when in the radio thing when we had things called records.
Yes.
Bob and I were joking about all the permutations we went through of records and CDs, and then it's on a disc, then it's on a computer. But yeah, I said, are you in the radio? And we got talking, and I ended up going over to that station where he was working because I wanted to look for a job, and I wanted the trade magazine. And I ended up getting hired there. So then we were working together, and there were a lot of highlights. We had a little tiny newsroom, and the way we would do like a short back and forth, and then he would go, and now here's Tom with the news, because believe it or not, I was the newscaster. And I will never forget the time I was reading. We had wire copy, which was paper.
Oh yeah,
it would come off that typewriter that nobody was typing. Yeah, the teletype thing like you see in the movies.
Yeah.
And I'd be sitting there reading, today, and the Detroit Tigers, and Bob set my news on fire, which he thought was hilarious. But being the pro that I am, you can hear me going. Another absolute classic was there is a great singer named Christopher Cross.
Oh yeah, the yacht rock.
Yeah. Now he's yacht rock, but he had some huge hits like "Ride Like the Wind" and whatever. That stuff was massive. And Bob was the music director.
Oh geez.
And we had the music on these tapes called carts. They looked like 8 tracks, but and we'd play them in this machine. And so it was a Saturday, and Bob said, "Oh, hey, the new Christopher Cross came in." And I put it on a cart. You get to debut it.
Oh wow.
And he made a real big deal because he's leaving. So he goes, yeah, Tom's up next. He's going to have this great Christopher Cross song. So and he goes, now we're not allowed to play it till 20 after. So
okay.
Just don't. You got it. So I go on the air and I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and I was the world's worst DJ. By the way, you can only imagine. I could barely run the. I can't run the controls. I'm not allowed to touch anything.
That's right.
And I would later find out the reason I couldn't play it till 20 after was Bob wanted to be in position to be enjoying it in his car. when I read the introduction, and I hit the button, and it was Doris Day and K. Sarah. Although now in retrospect, that's about as hip as Christopher Cross.
Now, yes.
Now they're both equally. I guess maybe Ms. Day doesn't qualify as yacht rock.
Now, I know over the years, and I think I heard this story from either you or Bob. So you're living together. You're both bachelors. One of you has brought home a girl, and things are moving along fine. And the girl starts yelling out the other guy's name. Did that happen?
A gentleman would never answer a question like that.
That means yes.
You'll have to interpret that any way you want.
All right. I just wanted to.
Yeah, Bob was working 3 jobs.
Oh, really?
He was a bartender, he was a full-time radio guy, and he was doing singing at Boyne Highlands.
Oh.
Which is the they have 3 Robert Trent Jones golf courses and
sure
a little ski area.
Yeah.
And he would do like a Jimmy Buffett-esque stand up with his guitar and sing several nights a week. So he would sometimes do that, and he'd come home at 1 in the morning and sleep for 2 hours and then drive in.
Oh my gosh!
My fondest memory would be I'd be sitting there at 5 a.m. whatever, putting the news together, and the phone would ring, and it'd be the state police, and they'd go, "It'd be Tom." I go, "Yeah." Would you tell Bob to slow down? Because we had to drive right by the state police in Petoskey, Michigan. As you come around the corner there from Harbor Springs, he'd go flying by in his zit cream colored Mustang, which replaced the he had a Blazer that you could Fred Flintstone in it. I'm not kidding. You
put
could,
your feet through the floorboards.
Put your feet through the floorboards. So the Mustang, it may have been the same color as Clearasil Zit Cream, but it was a reliable vehicle that he moved down here with it.
Wow!
And then we were doing our very first live remote from a car dealer in Muncie, and Bob bought a car. I couldn't believe it because I didn't think we were going to be here very long. I figured we were going to get fired. I was amazed at the nerve.
Yeah,
he had, because I think we had a package. Our package was great. We had, I think, like a $1,000 severance package, and I arrived here $7,000 in the red. Bob was living in a hair salon, above a hair salon in Broad Ripple, and this was in the perm days, in the early '80s.
Yes, absolutely.
You'd go to his house, and there's that stench. Yeah, of whatever that is that
makes the hair curly. Yeah,
yeah, But that was a really cool pad as long as the hair salon was closed.
Here's a question: what would you have done? Where would you be if you had not met Bob in Petoskey?
That's a great question. I don't know. And
did you have any fallback plan in radio when you guys were up there?
I wish I could sound intelligent and say, "Oh, I had it all done." No, this was it. There was no plan B.
I remember getting an internship here, and it was like, and I'd come down from Chicago, and I'd never heard of you guys, and then I came here to Indianapolis, and people were like, "You got to see if you can get an internship over there at Q95," and it turned out pretty good for me. So a big thank you to Bob. Him and my wife got along wonderfully. They would often sit in the pool house on those New Year's Eve parties, and sometimes they would be the last ones up. Bob put me to bed a couple of times at the New Year's Eve party.
I believe that.
We would get the shot ski out, which, of course, is the water ski with the 4 holes in it. And when he first got that was when you guys had hooked up with Sammy Hagar. He had Cabo Wabo Silver, Cabo Wabo Gold.
Yeah, Sammy Hagar is a nice guy, and he sent us his tequila. In fact, this is a funny story. I'll be quick here. We were good friends with George Lopez, the comedian.
Oh yeah,
we'd known George since the first time George ever played out of L.A. He was here, and we had Sammy Hagar in the studio one day, and Sammy was talking about his tequila, and George Lopez called, and so he said this, Sammy says to George, "Hey, I've got this cool new tequila." George goes, "Get me a bottle." And if you watch about a month later on the George Lopez show on network television,
ABC,
he takes a bottle of Sammy Hagar tequila, pours himself a shot, and then in the more classy style, he sips it walking around.
Man.
I'm not sure. Knowing George, he probably didn't get permission for the product placement. I imagine he just probably just brought it in when the camera guys weren't paying attention, and there it was.
And I remember when Rodney Carrington had his show, and didn't you guys go out to L.A. and you were on one of his debut episodes?
Yeah, we were on playing ourselves.
Yeah.
Fortunately, because I can't act. Bob was an excellent actor.
Yes, he was.
Real good.
Yeah.
We were talking about, he was in Oliver in Petoskey at one of the theaters there, and he was terrific. If you could dig up a old review from the Petoskey News Review, and he just stole the show. He was Fagin, of course. He got to pick a pocket or two, and he nailed it. He was great. If you're just joining us and wondering why we're talking and not rocking out, Bob died this afternoon. But again, he was with his great family, his huge family, and Becky and his 3 sons. And they were singing, and Bob had a smile on his face this morning. And he'd be thrilled to know that he went out with this song. This is Golden Slumbers.
Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. I will sing a lullaby. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby.